We want to keep them happy and healthy.
That's why we buy our medications from 1-800-PET-MEDS.
You get the exact same meds you get from the vet, delivered free for less. So call 1-800-PET-MEDS or visit 1-800-PETMEDS.com.
Yes. I'm joined now on the phone by Greg Carbon of the Storm Prediction Center with NOAA, a meteorologist. Greg, can you put it into perspective for us right now what's happening in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Yes. Good afternoon, Megan. This is a very focused severe weather outbreak right now in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. We've got a relatively strong storm system coming out across West Texas, and the air mass heated up quite rapidly this morning. Very warm and unstable conditions, which fuel these thunderstorms. And we've watched this development occur just over the past couple of hours with rapid development of strong storms and, of course, a few tornadoes, one of which seems to be moving across the southern part and eastern part of Dallas as we speak.
Strong storms, and how many tornadoes? Do we know, or is there any way of telling that now?
There's no way of telling at this point. In fact, they're still underway. So, I mean, there's at least the one we've seen in the Dallas area. There looks to be another storm very similar in character just to the west of that, basically just east of Fort Worth, right between the Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex. And we all know what's between there. That's the DFW airport. So obviously some problems for airline traffic in and out of the Metroplex. And we're going to hear a lot more problems before the day's out.
How unusual is it for a tornado or tornadoes to hit such a metropolitan area?
Actually, if you're going to see one in Dallas-Fort Worth, it's going to probably be in April. So we're in that time of year. This is severe storm season in this part of the country. And so that happened before, and unfortunately they're happening again.
Greg, I don't know if you can see our screen, and it looks like some sort of a parking lot, truck yard. It's unclear. It seems to be right off the interstate there. But the water damage, the flooding appears to be significant. Can you comment on that?
Well, these storms had a significant amount of rainfall over a very short period of time before the tornado came through. That's usually the case. Now, this tornado looks like it crossed I-20 just moments ago, and perhaps that's the damage we saw with the trucks there. But there's this line of storms moving into Fort Worth right now that will also contain a significant amount of rain and hail. So in addition to that tornado potential, there's also flooding and hail damage potential.
Look at this. Again, you can see some damage here. This is right off the interstate. It could be mobile homes from my vantage, but it could just be trucks, large semis. And then steps away, you see the situation with the truck yard. And now that we get a closer look, it doesn't look like the trucks are underwater. It looks like a parking lot where the trucks have clearly been picked up or battered about. There's a Schneider truck there. You can see the top of it with some perhaps twister damage or wind damage. Are you having any reports, Greg? Can you comment on the extent of the damage?
It's too early. One thing that I am watching here is where these tornadoes are in relation to the Metroplex. And I see where this one in the Dallas area has come very close to the junction of I-45 and I-20. So obviously there'll be plenty of transportation infrastructure there that could be at risk. And this particular tornadic storm now is headed off to the southeast portion of Dallas, Mesquite, that area, under the gun probably over the next 40 minutes or so.
And you can see that truck, well, you could moments ago, on its side. This is our affiliate driving closer to the storm now as the picture breaks up a bit, understandably. We'll check in with them as well as we talk to Greg for another minute. I want to ask you, Greg, one of our affiliate is reporting that 18-wheelers, akin to the ones we saw moments ago on their sides, were being seen thrown into the air by this tornado. Does that say anything to you of the power or strength of these twisters?
Well, as we saw this tornado move over the last 10, 15 minutes or so, we could see numerous power flashes with power lines are being broken. Clearly, wind speeds 100 or plus miles per hour, and not surprising with that kind of wind speed that you're going to see things thrown about, including tractor trailers. They make for large objects that are very easy to move about once you get strong winds in excess of 100 miles an hour.
The National Weather Service calling this a massive tornado, saying it is a large and extremely dangerous tornado that has been located near Lancaster, Texas. That's about 20 miles south of Dallas, moving toward Dallas. What leads to that characterization?
What will usually result in that characterization is a visual verification that you have a tornado, meeting those characteristics. And I think that that's probably what they were seeing was the video from the helicopter there covering this tornado moving into the area. In order for them to characterize it that way, I think you have to actually have visual.